How can you make sure that your life stays full as you get older? Have you ever thought about this question? You should avoid common mistakes that could make you or your kids mad as you get older. These mistakes can cause a rough road ahead. In this video, we'll talk about 4 important rules that will help you make your future enjoyable and happy. Starting with money, then health, and finally space. You can make your home safer and more comfortable for your family. Before we begin, I want to thank you for taking this moment for yourself. Be sure to stay until the end. I'll be sharing a small but powerful insight that's helped many people feel more balanced and hopeful. Kindly like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll always know when something new is waiting for you. And if you're listening now, please type, "I'm listening with an open heart." It's a gentle way to connect, and I do read every message. First, make sure you have enough money saved. A well-known proverb says, "Every generation has its blessings." This makes a very important point clear. Parents should try not to put too much stress on their kids. No matter how much you want to help your kids and make their lives easier, remember that they have their lives. We could help them out for a while, but we shouldn't count on them to stay. Many parents spend their whole lives saving money and looking for ways to cut costs so they can give their kids a better life. Parental units may continue to help pay for big purchases like cars and houses, even after their children have grown up and moved out. Some parents spend all of their savings or go into a lot of debt to help their kids with their business ideas. This amount of money shows how much they love and care for each other. It is very important to remember, though, that kids should start taking care of their own lives and responsibilities as adults. Parents might have trouble in the future if they spend all of their savings taking care of their kids. What if their kids have to help out if they lose their jobs? It could be a problem if they get sick or have an emergency. Things might be fine if their kids are nice and willing to help. But parents may find it difficult to put their health first when they are old if their kids aren't responding or aren't interested. Please think of something from my hometown that shows this point. The soon-to-be parents worked long hours and gave up everything for their 4 kids. They spent their savings on their weddings and homes so that their children would take care of them when they got old. It was sad that the couple's daughters and sons wouldn't come see them when they were sick or pay for their medical care. Many kind people in the town helped pay for the couple's medical bills. One lesson from the story is that parents need to learn to let go if they want their kids to become independent. Parents should put retirement savings at the top of their list if they want their kids to be safe and able to take care of themselves in the future. Leave the first comment below to let us know that you are still watching this video and that the lessons are helping you. 2. Have a stable place to live. The only thing that Mr. and Mrs. Lon cared about was making sure their son had a better future. They were thrifty and dedicated, and they ran a small bun shop in Gujo. They carefully spent every penny they saved to make sure their son did well. In the hopes of giving him a strong base, they paid for his college education. When he got married, they bought him a house because they wanted a stable and joyful future where they could spend their golden years in Gujo. Their dream was simple but deep. They wanted a safe place to live where they could spend the rest of their lives in the comfort of their community. They packed their bags and went to their son's new house with this vision in mind. They brought more than just their bags with them, the warmth of their hopes and dreams. When they got there, they were shocked to find that their son's in-laws were already living there. Their hearts sank even deeper when they learned they couldn't enter and had to leave. They felt terrible about being turned down, and they had to go back to their old bun shop, their hearts heavy with sadness and anger. It's a real worry to think that you might not have anywhere to go when you get old. Here's a story from my hometown that shows how strong this fear is. An elderly aunt sold her house and used the money to buy her son and daughter houses and cars when they got married. She did this because she thought that they would take care of her in her later years. But things were very different in real life. Her children did not want her to stay with them. Her hopes of living with her family and being taken care of in old age were dashed. She and her husband now had nowhere to live and had to rent a small apartment and work at the market to make ends meet. Even though they were very old, they dealt with the harsh truth of their situation with strength, even though it broke their hearts. Parents love their kids without expecting anything in return, but that love isn't always returned. It depends on many things. Even though it's great if children can care for and spend time with you as you get older, it's important to accept that they can't be there. As we get older, having a small home of our own, no matter how big or fancy it is, becomes a very important source of comfort. It gives people a safe place to go where they can rest, feel better, and keep their independence as they get older. Many people find great happiness and peace in having a place to return to. A home that shows their journey and gives them a safe haven where they can feel happy and stable. Third, take care of your health. If you take great care of your health as you get older, it will not only help you, but also have a huge effect on your family, especially your children. Just dealing with the stresses and difficulties of being an adult can be very hard, and taking care of an elderly parent's health problems can make things even worse. When parents are healthy and old, they make the home life of their children and grandchildren more stable and happy, even when everyone is busy. If an elderly parent gets sick, on the other hand, the situation can quickly become difficult and stressful. For example, think about what happened to Nana. Nana's mother-in-law was recently hospitalized, which put a huge strain on her. Nana was pregnant at the time and had a very busy job as an elementary school teacher. She and her husband were having a difficult time with money because they didn't have much saved, and the costs of her pregnancy were very high. The extra stress of her mother-in-law's medical bills made their money problems even worse. Nana's mother-in-law was sick and spent all the family's money, so she had no savings. Nana was in a tough spot because she had to borrow money from her family to pay her medical bills, which kept going up. When Nana asked for money and said she really wanted to escape the harsh reality of her situation, you could feel how helpless she was. "I just want to sleep and wake up to find this was all a bad dream," she told me. Managing her job, taking care of her child, and dealing with her mother-in-law's health crisis were some of the things that made her life very hard and emotionally draining. This moving example shows how important it is to stay healthy as you get older. For your health, it's important to eat a balanced diet, stay hydrated, and get enough sleep. You will not only improve your own quality of life, but you will also make sure that your children don't have to carry too much of the load, and that you can live with pride and independence. In the big picture of life, being healthy in old age is really very important. It makes family life more peaceful and less stressful. Please leave the second comment below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me and that you think these lessons are helpful. 4. Do good things with your own life. As they get older, even the most independent people will have to depend on others more and more. But it's important to keep as much independence as possible to lessen this burden. Even if you can handle some parts of your daily life on your own, depending on other people for everything can put a strain on your relationships and cause problems in your life. In the TV show All Is Well, Swang becomes too dependent on his children after the death of his wife, which is a striking example of this. He is physically able to handle things on his own, but he makes his children do everything for him. His insistence on having all of his needs met and his preference for expensive places to live cause a lot of trouble. Swang's behavior not only makes his kids angry, but it also makes their lives challenging because they have to try to meet both his needs and their own. He only cares about his own comfort and doesn't pay attention to the emotional and practical problems his children are having. In the end, his daughter Mingu agrees to take him back home to care for him. But in real life, Decisions like this don't happen frequently. This example shows what could go wrong if you can't live on your own in old age. Parents who depend too much on their kids can make even the most devoted kids angry and frustrated, even if the parents know how to take care of themselves. This is something you should try to avoid by meeting as many of your own needs as you can. Having a positive attitude and taking care of your own business with dignity and independence are important parts of living well in your later years. Also, it's good to help your kids with their problems when you can, but you should know when being involved might be more of a burden than a help. Setting healthy limits and giving your kids space can help you avoid unnecessary stress. Living on your own and being responsible helps keep the peace in your family and make sure that your later years are full of respect and fulfillment. Thank you so much for joining us today. If this message touched your heart, we'd be honored if you'd subscribe and click the bell to stay connected. Every view, every kind word helps keep this journey going. And if you believe in the power of energy and connection, type your age in the comments below. It's said that each number shared adds to the collective strength, and the universe sends back a little extra light and life in return. Now imagine this. By sharing this video with just 5 others, you're helping create a wave of healing energy. Some believe that the simple act of sharing can attract longer life, deeper peace, and universal blessings for everyone involved. Keep shining. You are a gift to this world.